Hi there, welcome to the Makeup Hunter. I'm Laura, thank you for joining me today. For today's video I thought we would do something quite simple, sort of ease myself into filming after a bit of a break. Unfortunately I have had a bit of a strange time with filming lately. Every time I have gone to film something, something seemed to go wrong that stopped me. So rather than give in, I have decided to just carry on today. We're going to film, we're going to get to it. So for today's video I am going to be filming my current favourite beauty and skincare products. They mainly are beauty products. There's a few hair products in there and one or maybe two skincare products. I would also like to go through some non-beauty products favourites, but I'll get to those at the end of the video. So my videos are usually fairly long due to my verbal diarrhea and poor editing skills. So grab yourself a brew. I've got cherry and almond coffee, and let's get started. So the first item that we're going to talk about today is a skincare item. It is one of the only skincare items that I have to talk about today. Previously, my two previous videos were regarding a subscription service that I use called Beauty Pie. Newest item that I have from them is the Pure Ceramide Eye Roller. It's Pure Ceramide's Elastic Boost Eye Moisture Serum with puffiness reducing roller balls. Now this is just a clear serum, and it has the little roller balls in the top. You just twist the lid and the serum comes out, and you just massage the product into the under eye area with the roller balls. Now this has previously been sold out. It's quite a new product launch for them, and this is my first time trying it, and so far I'm really impressed with it. As far as the elastic boost, I haven't noticed so far any difference in the elasticity in my under eye area, but the one thing that I have definitely noticed is the puffiness has been greatly reduced. So that puffiness that you get under your eyes upon waking, I definitely think this is helping with that. The way I use this is I cleanse, tone, put my serum on, and then put this under my eyes, and then I put my facial moisturiser and my eye cream. So it's like a serum for the eye area basically, and I really enjoy this. The only thing that's slightly concerning is I've only used it a few times and I'm already getting through it, so I don't know how long one of these will last me. You do have to twist it quite a few times for any product to come out of it. I don't know whether that's a general thing with this product, or whether I've perhaps got a slightly faulty tube. I don't know, but I do find that I have to turn it quite a few times to get any product out. The first time I used it, it says that you should click it 30 times to get product out, but I'm finding that I'm having to twist it quite a few times each time that I use it. So that's the Pure Ceramides. The only other sort of skincare item that I have, and it's not really skincare, is the glossierbalm.com, and this is in the birthday cake scent flavour, whichever you prefer. So this is the birthdaybalm.com, and it's a universal skin salve. Now I use this as a lip balm, It is clear, but it has a little bit of shimmer in it. It's all I've got on my lips at the moment. I absolutely love the Glossier balm.coms. They are so moisturising, so comfortable. They don't travel all around. I find some lip balms, especially when I put them on at bedtime, I find that they go around onto my chin and upper lip, and it can be a bit uncomfortable, but these stay on the lips, they don't move around. I love the scent of this one. It is like vanilla cake frosting. I have 3 of these now, and this is probably my favourite one. I've also got the berry, which has got a slight purple tint, and the cherry, which has got a slight red tint. This is the clear one, as I say, and you can use this on like dry cuticles, dry elbows. You can use it everywhere, but because I've got tinted ones and this one has sparkling, I don't really know how I feel about that, but for lips it's absolutely beautiful. Love it. Now the next 3 items that I have are hair care products. My hair, I've got a lot of hair, but it's very fine. At the moment I'm transitioning from a very light ashy blonde, and I'm going into more of a warm ombre for the autumn and winter months. I've been really loving warm tones lately, and I felt like I would just go the whole hog and go for it on my hair. Because of years of colour in my hair and having bleach on, my ends are quite dry, and I was finding that when my hair was waved like it is now, that the ends looked a little bit frazzled even just after having it cut. So I wanted to try something that would put some moisture back into my hair and sort of smooth those dry ends out. And I'd always wanted to try Olaplex, but the price tag for what it is really did put me off. So I finally decided to splurge and treat myself, and I have the number 3 and the number 6 from the Olaplex system. So the number 3 is a conditioning treatment. It does say on the back that it is not a conditioner, it's a bond builder, and you're to use it before shampooing. And the way I use this is I wet my hair, towel dry it, usually in the morning or last thing at night, and then I smear a good size amount of this through the lengths and ends, and I leave it for as long as possible. So if I put it on of a morning, I'll go about my day in the house if I'm not going anywhere, and then I'll take it off in the evening. And if I put it on at night, I sleep in it. And when you shampoo your hair out and condition it, it feels so soft and silky and conditioned after you've used this. This was £26 for this tiny little bottle. I'm down to here at the moment, and I've only used it twice, so I am slightly concerned that I will work through this quite quickly, but I'm only using it once a week. It says that to use it once a week for damaged hair, 2 to 3 times a week for damaged hair. It says apply on damp towel dried hair, apply a generous amount from scalp to ends until hair is thoroughly saturated. Leave on for a minimum of 10 minutes, longer if desired. Rinse from hair, shampoo and condition as usual. And I have really noticed a difference in my hair since using this. Like I say, it feels so soft and in such good condition, and I'm really trying to grow my hair as long as possible, so condition's really important to me. My favourite out of the 2 is the Olaplex number 6, which is the Bond Smoother. That one is for repairing, this is for smoothing, and this is like a leave-in styling cream almost. So what I would do is wash, shampoo and condition my hair, towel dry it, brush it all through, use another product that I'm going to talk about in a moment, and then just a pea-sized amount of this massaged into my hands and then run through the ends of my hair. You only need a tiny amount of this. If you use too much, it can leave your hair feeling quite thick and claggy with product, and it weighs it down. The difference when I use this is incredible. The only downside to it is that because my hair is so soft and silky using the Olaplex products, I find that it doesn't hold curl at all. I mean, I curled my hair about half an hour to an hour ago, and it's only got a small amount of wave, which luckily I quite like, so that's okay. But it does, it's too soft to sort of hold any real style, is basically what I'm saying. So again, this was the same price as the other one. This was £26, but I do feel this one will last me a very long time, as you only need the smallest amount. As I say, I use about a pea size amount for my length of hair. The other item that I said that I put on first before that one is the L'Oreal Elvive. This is the Extraordinary Oil, fine coconut oil for normal to dry hair, and it's a miracle hair perfector. Now this is about my third bottle of this hair oil, but this is my first time using the coconut oil version. This smells absolutely incredible. It reminds me of holidays. Obviously it smells like coconut. This is the one product that when I don't use it, I notice a difference in my hair, and so does my hairdresser. I've used this for years. Like I say, this is my third bottle. A bottle of this will last me a real good length of time. I think the last bottle I had lasted me about 12 months because I only use 2 pumps each time I use it. The way I would do it, as mentioned previously, is a wash, condition, comb my hair through, and then just put 2 pumps of this throughout my hair, and I find that it's really helps give it so much shine. If you, again, with as I mentioned with the previous product, if you use too much of this, it can leave your hair looking a bit greasy, but the 2 pumps is perfect for me. I love the way my hair smells, how it feels, and as I say, my hairdresser does notice if I don't use it, so it must be doing something right. All 3 of these, the Olaplex and the oil, I got from ASOS.com. So okay, so let's move on to the makeup products, and I'm going to try and go in the order that I apply them to my face. So the first item that I have to talk about is an item that I've had for a very long time but only recently got into using on a regular basis, and that is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Glow Primer. And this is I think it comes in different colours. This is the apricot one, and it's, as it suggests, an apricot colour. It does leave a tint on the face, so I use about 1 pump of this over my entire face as my primer. It smells beautiful and it gives the skin the most beautiful glow, and with the apricot tint it does make you look a little bit tanned. I got into this after watching Emma's Rectangle on YouTube. She uses the Cellular Rose brightening CC serum from By Terry. Now that I really want to try, but it's like, I think it's nearly £70 for a bottle of this serum primer, and she said that this was a dupe. This doesn't have the same skincare benefits as the By Terry one, but had the same sort of look underneath her makeup, and I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to see it, but it's got gold reflective pigments in it. I'm wearing it today under my foundation, and it just gives the skin such a lovely, radiant, healthy glow. And I do find that foundation lasts longer on top of this primer, because it's quite, once you've put it on and once it sets down, it's quite matte. So foundation seems to last quite well on top of it. The other item that I have to talk about is along the similar lines to that one, but this is the NARS Glow Booster. This is in the shade Light Calvoya, and this is just the tinted glow booster. Now, I've only used this a couple of times. This I use sort of for every day, and then I save this one for if I'm going out somewhere or I want to feel a little bit more glam. This doesn't have the same colour behind it than this one. This gives, like I say, it makes you look slightly tanned, whereas this, because I've got the light one, it's just my skin tone, but it leaves a beautiful subtle glow, almost like a candle lit glow. Again, makeup seems to sit really lovely on top of it. It's not as mattifying as this one, but I have dry skin, so I actually prefer the more dewy feel that this one gives me. This does come in more colours. I think it does run quite deep, so if you were tanned or you wanted to give the appearance of a little bit more of a tan, then you could go for the darker ones, but this one is pretty much my exact skin tone, and it's so nice, such a beautiful product, and one that when I purchased it, I thought, do you really need another glowy base product? But this is just stunning. I'm so glad I got it. Okay, the next item that I have to talk about is another brightening product, but this is slightly different. So this is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and it just looks like this. It's like a pot of concealer, but it's very pinky, and this is extremely emollient. You can probably see how emollient it is in the jar. This is a product that I had before and I hated it. I bought this and the green colour corrector together, and I absolutely hated both of them. Never used them, and then I changed my makeup style and went from full coverage matte foundation to a more sheer dewy looking base. And I watch a lot of Samantha Ravndal, and this is one of the items that she uses and raves about, so I decided to pick it up again during a sale. This is such a beautiful product, and I don't understand why I hated it so much the first time round, because I absolutely love it. The way you can use this in a couple of ways. So I will put my primer on, and then I will put this, just using my finger, underneath my eyes, underneath my foundation, then put my foundation on top, concealer, so on and so forth. The other way that I use this is I put primer, foundation, this underneath my eyes, and then the concealer, so sandwiched between the foundation and the concealer. I think my favourite way to use it is actually underneath foundation. The only thing is, because this is such an emollient product, if you use a very matte foundation on top of this, it can pull the foundation off it. It's as if the foundation doesn't stick down to the product properly, so I kind of switch up how I use it depending on the formula of the foundation that I'm using. If I'm using my usual like tinted moisturisers, then I can put this underneath, no problem, and it all blends in lovely. If I'm going for full beat glam, then I will put this on top of the foundation rather than underneath. It makes no difference to the longevity of the product or the effectiveness of how you use it. It gives a real bright light glow under the eye. It is very dewy and sticky, so if you don't like that, you probably won't like this product. It does set down fine, and I also find that if I want more of a matte look, then using a matte concealer over the top will just take down that overly, I don't want to say greasy, but it is quite greasy feeling when it's on the skin. And matte concealer on top will take that down. But the effect of this, it's like 8 hours sleep in a jar. It's so good, and I cannot not use it, if that makes sense. Every time I do my makeup, I have to use this. Sometimes I won't even use concealer under my eyes. This will be enough for me. And this combined with the Pure Ceramides Eye Roller, Insomnia Who, so these are so good. Definitely got a real good place on my favourites at the moment. So now for the last two sort of cream based products that I've been loving at the moment. First of all is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. Now this is iconic. Everybody raves about this. I don't think I've seen one negative review on this product. It is in the shade Fair Medium, as I am the colour of curdled milk. They also do another one, Medium Dark. This is what it looks like. This is the same product as the Beauty Pie version that I talked about in my previous video, but this is what Beauty Pie have kind of based their item on. It's the same premise, so it's a little sponge tip applicator and it locks on and off in place, so you can't waste the product if you put it in and it gets squeezed, and that the product isn't going to all spurt out everywhere. Now it's only a small tube, you don't get a lot for your money. This is £29 for this tube, but you only need the smallest amount of this, especially for my such fair skin, and it's a lovely like deep cool toned brown. So it is, for me, it is a contour. Sometimes this is all I'll use, rather than using a bronzer. I'll just use this on its own if I'm going for more light and no makeup, and I literally just dot it on the cheek, under my cheekbones and around my temples and down my nose, and it blends so easily. It blends like an absolute dream. When you first put it on, it looks horrifying. It looks so dark and so cool toned that you just think this is going to be a horrible muddy mess, but it blends out absolutely beautifully. I use my Zoeva stippling brush to blend this out, no problems whatsoever. If I'm going for more of a bronzy look, then my absolute favourite product, another product that I've had for such a long time but I've only recently started getting into it, is the Benefit Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. And this is, I think they only do the one shade of this. This is just in the original Hoola shade. It's quite a light brown. I mean, it's the perfect shade for me, but for anybody medium to deep, I don't think you'd be able to use this because I just don't think it'd show up. That is the one thing about the Benefit bronzing and cheap products. I don't find they're very inclusive, but as I say, for my skin tone, it's absolutely perfect. I absolutely love the formula of this. It's very creamy, but it's not too pigmented. So I do exactly the same as with the Quickie Contour, the Hollywood Contour one from Charlotte Tilbury. I just put it on my cheekbones, round my hairline, on my nose, and blend it using the Zoeva stippling brush, and it gives me the most beautiful dewy It doesn't dry down matte, this doesn't. This one dries down to a matte finish, whereas this one stays quite dewy and glowy, and this just blends out like an absolute dream and gives me the most lovely bronzy glow. It is beautiful. So the next couple of items that I have to talk about are, again, base items. They are both from Bare Minerals, and the first one that I'm going to talk about is the original Bare Minerals foundation, and this is in Fairly Light N10. It's just a loose mineral powder foundation and in the shade Fairly Light. This I used to use exclusively Bare Minerals makeup. These I've had for quite a while. Wasn't using them, and then a few weeks ago I just decided to see what it would be like to use as a finishing powder, and I've really been loving how it's been looking. So that's the foundation there. I use it exclusively with this brush, which is the Full Flawless Face brush, also from Bare Minerals. And these brushes are made specifically to use with the Bare Minerals powder products. It's a natural hairbrush, and it's nice and big and densely packed. And all I've been doing with these is, when my foundation, concealer and cream bronzer are down, I will just put a little bit in the cap, swirl my brush in it, tap off the excess, and just ever so lightly buff and skim over my skin to just sort of lock everything in place and set everything down. And I find that because this is the original formula, they do a matte one as well, it has a slight luminescence to it, and I just find that it gives a little tiny bit of extra coverage. It gives that luminosity, but it holds everything in place as well. And I absolutely love using this in conjunction with my tinted moisturiser. So I apply my tinted moisturiser and then I apply this on top, and I just absolutely love it. The next item that I have, which is along the same sort of lines, is again from Bare Minerals, and this is the Featherlight Mineral Veil. And this is a very, very, very finely milled powder which has a sparkle to it. I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to tell on camera. It's basically my skin tone, but it has a beautiful shimmer through it. And I use this when I have finished all of my makeup. I use the same brush that I use with the mineral foundation, and I just use a tiny bit of this and dust it lightly all through the centre of my face. I also like mixing this with my loose powder. At the moment I'm using the YSL Touche Eclat powder, and I like to mix a little bit of this in with that powder, and it just amps it up a little bit, gives it a bit more radiance, and my skin looks so healthy and glowy, but products aren't going to move about, it's going to last a bit longer. Absolutely love these products, and I'm so glad that I didn't declutter them and I've rediscovered them. The next items to talk about are, again, some recent purchases but items that I can't stop using, and that is the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks. Now I have 4 here and I have 2 different formulations. So these 3 are the blush sticks. They are considered, I think, shimmer skin sticks. I use these shades as blushers because obviously they are the perfect blush shades for myself. I have Pink Lemonade, which I'll just swatch these for you. So I have Pink Lemonade, Chili Mango, and Ridic, which is this deeper orange. I'm having a love affair at the moment with orange, and I've been trying to buy all of the orange makeup. So these are those three there. So we've got Pink Lemonade, Chili Mango and Ridic. Now these are an unusual formula. They are a cream product, but they're quite dry. They take a little bit of finessing. You only need a tiny amount. The very first time I used Pink Lemonade, which as you can see it's not a very deep shade, I looked like a painted doll because I just used too much of it. The way I like to apply these is I literally just warm the product up on my fingers and then just press it onto the skin. Because they have a dry formula, I do find you need to actually like really press into the skin. My absolute favourite is Chili Mango. These all have they're a shimmer stick, so they are all shimmery. There's not any mattes here, but they are just absolutely beautiful. They give such a punch of colour, super pigmented. I find they don't fade on me throughout the day. They last really well. They don't disturb my foundation underneath if I apply them, as I said, with my fingers, and I just think they're an absolutely beautiful colour. The next item that I have, another matchstick, is the Glow Skin Stick. Now this is a highlighter in the shade Pearl, and this is such an unusual product. It is a completely different formula to the other three. As I said, those are quite dry, whereas this is extremely balmy and stays quite tacky on the skin. You won't actually see this because it really doesn't have any pigment behind it. It's just basically like a gloss. It has a very slight iridescence to it, but you won't be able to see it. And it is my absolute favourite highlighter of the moment. It's so beautiful. I use this in exactly the same way as the others. I warm the product up on my fingers and then just press it into the skin. Absolutely gorgeous product. It doesn't dry down, it does stay feeling quite balmy, but I don't find that my hair sticks to it and it doesn't feel uncomfortable or separate my foundation underneath. It's a really beautiful product, and I have used it on top of powder as well, and it's absolutely fine. I've heard quite negative things about the other matchstick highlighters, which are the same formula as the blushes. I'm assuming it's because they're quite a dry formula, but that is her newest one and it is absolutely stunning. She got that so right. The next item I have to talk about is another highlighter, and this is from Dominique Cosmetics. I'm not sure if I said, sorry, those previous items are from Fenty Beauty. So this next one is the Dominique Cosmetics Skin Gloss, and this is what it looks like. This is the compact. The packaging of these is absolutely stunning. This is in the shade Glossed Peach, and this is the first one of these that I had. It's in a compact form, and it is like the Fenty Beauty Pearl stick. It's more of a balm, so even though it looks like quite a deep peach, I can pull this off without any problem because there's very little pigment behind it. It's very balmy. It feels like a lip balm being in the pan, and you can see it has pigment when it's on my finger, very peachy and shimmery, but when applied to my skin and then blended out, there is very little pigment behind it. It's just gives the most beautiful glow. In my eyes, this is pretty much an identical formula to the Fenty Pearl, but just in a compact form, and it comes in 4 different shades. I've got Glossed Peach and Sunset Glow, which is like a pinky peach. These are just absolutely stunning. I don't hear enough people talk about these. If you like cream products and cream highlighters, you will absolutely love this. And the next few items that I have to talk about are eyes and lips. I'll talk about lip products first. Now, the lip products that I have put on since charging my battery is the Dior Addict Stella Halo Shine lipstick in number 767 Miss Star, and this is what the compact looks like. Super bougie. And that's the lipstick. I have it on my lips at the moment. I'll just swatch it on my hand. That's the colour right there. These are an absolutely beautiful formula. They're very sheer. They just give a hint of colour, and they are super moisturising and hydrating. They have that lovely glossy shine to them, but they're not sticky or uncomfortable at all. I absolutely love these lipsticks. So much so that my other favourite is another colour, exactly the same, just in the shade Arty Star number 632. And that one is like a pinky red with a blue and pink glitter, well, shimmer throughout it. You can't feel the glitter on your lips at all. And this one is like a peachy coral with a pinky sparkle throughout it. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to differentiate the two. This one on my lips, as you can see, is like a deep raspberry pink, whereas this one is more of an orangey coral. They have in the centre of the star, in the centre of the bullet, is a small star which has the glitter throughout it, and it is a pink star in this one, so it has like a pink sheen throughout it. You can't really see that it's overly glittery on the lips. It just adds that real glossy hint, gives it a little bit of something, and I absolutely love these lipsticks. I'm really into a more sheer glossy formula for my lips at the moment. So on that theme, I have another favourite lip product, again from Fenty Beauty, and this is the Slip Shine lipstick in Goji Gang, which is number 7. These are super creamy, very emollient. You have to be really careful when applying these, because if you press down too hard, chunks of the lipstick can come off, which is what's actually happened to mine. I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to tell. The very first time I applied it, I applied like I would a normal lipstick, and a big chunk sort of came off, and I've got a big divot in it at the moment. But these are absolutely stunning. That colour is it looks darker in the tube than it actually applies to the lips. It's more of a rosy nude, and these, like the Dior ones, do have a bit of shine through them, like shimmer through them, but it's very, very hard to detect. They just leave the lips looking so glossy, and as I say, the colour is very sheer on all of the Slip Shine lipsticks. It just gives a hint of a tint to the lips. This is probably my favourite one, Goji Yang, because it is sort of a nude, a real nice nude on my skin tone. Goes with absolutely everything. Real nice throw on lipstick if you know you're not sure what colour to go for. So that's that one. So next item that I have to talk about is a mascara, and it is the Kevyn Aucoin the Volume Mascara, and it's just in black. This is a tubing mascara, and it's my first tubing mascara, which is probably why it's my current favourite. I have very long lashes, top and bottom, and I really find that no matter what mascara I use, whether it's waterproof, non-waterproof, I get the little dots underneath my eyes. No matter how much I set down, what I do, I always get those little dots, and it ends up making me look really tired. Really gets on my nerves. And I'd heard tubing mascaras didn't do that, and this is like a miracle product. It's the only mascara that I've ever tried that does not give me those little dots under my eyes. Super easy to remove. You just remove it with warm water because it's a tube. It basically just pulls off the lashes. Very thin brush. It's not one that's going to give you a lot of curl or added length, but it does give a lot of volume, which is what I prefer. I prefer either a curling or volume building mascara, and I find this one is perfect. It's what I have on my lashes today. I don't have any others. What I really like doing is, one of my favourite mascaras is Too Faced Better Than Sex, and I like to put that on my top lashes only and then seal that with the Kevyn Aucoin mascara, and I find that it doesn't transfer. By sealing it with the tubing mascara, it stops the transfer, stops it falling down as the day goes on. It's just a lovely mascara, and it's something that I will never be without, so I can highly recommend this mascara. And the last two items that I have to talk about in the beauty category are my favourite items of the whole year, makeup wise, I think, and that is my very first Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I have the Natasha Denona bronze palette and the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. This is like my child, this palette, but we'll talk about the bronze palette first of all. So Natasha Denona is a renowned makeup artist who has her own cosmetics brand, and I have always wanted to try her formula of eyeshadows, but she is not cheap, and I'm talking super expensive for an eyeshadow palette. The first eyeshadow palettes that she came out with were in the like £200 mark, and that to me is just ridiculous. And I think it was middle of last year she started launching a smaller midi palette. This is the bronze palette, and this is one of the midi palettes, and this was £60. So there's pretty much half the product that is in her normal eyeshadow palettes, but at half the price. And for me, this colour story is just me in a palette. When I saw her announce this palette, I knew 100% that it would be one of the only launch days that I would go, yeah, I'm having that. I've got to get that on the day it launched. I set my alarm, I set reminders, and I got it on the day that it was launched. And oh my god, this formula is just incredible. I've never used an eyeshadow that pretty much blends itself. The shimmers are manna from heaven. They're just beautiful, and these are my colours, absolutely my colours. I love warm tones, I love my bronzes, so this palette had me all over it. Next up we have my baby, which I was never going to buy, but I became obsessed with this palette. I could not stop looking at it, watching videos about it, and that is the Metropolis palette. This palette was £111, and that hurt, but I saved up for it because I knew 100% that I wanted this palette. Again, these tones are just me. Autumn's my favourite season, green's my favourite colour. These tones I knew I would get so much use out of, and this palette is stunning. There is an unusual formula in this palette. It's a cream to powder. So most of these darker tones that look like mattes are actually a cream formula, and they, for beginners, if you are a beginner at makeup, this is the ideal palette because they are so easy to use. There's no fallout, they blend like a dream, they make a dark smoky eye done in a pinch. I have loved every single look I've created with this, and every eyeshadow look I've done with this has took me a few minutes because it's just so easy to use. When I told my mum I wanted this palette, she says, for that money it ought to apply itself to your face, you know, it should blend itself, and it really does blend itself. You don't have to do any work, and these shimmers, oh my god, they are beautiful. So that is my baby. That is the palette that I would save from a child's clutches, a burning building. It's just, this is my prized possession. So the last couple of items that I have to show you are nothing to do with beauty at all. They are movies and something fashiony. So the fashiony item that I have is this pair of heels from Next. These are a beautiful wide fit suede look mule that's just got the perfect heel height. These were £34, and I got these off the Next website. Now I am a size 8 and I take a wide fit shoe, and I do struggle to find shoes, especially heels, that fit my foot and that I find comfortable. I never wear heels, I can't walk in them, but recently for my anniversary dinner I wanted something that was a little bit more dressy, a little bit more glam, and I've really been wanting a nice pair of mules. Unfortunately, most of the ones that I was seeing had just a single strap across the foot, and I had a funny feeling that I wouldn't be able to keep those on my feet until I came across these ones, as I said, on Next. I absolutely love the little gold detail around the back of the heel. They fit my foot lovely, they're really comfortable, and the heel isn't too high. It's a heel, so it made me feel feminine and glamorous, but it wasn't making me walk like a newborn calf. I love these so much that I've just gone ahead and ordered the exact same pair in a blush pink colour. As I say, these were £34. They come in a standard fit and a wide fit, and I think they go up to an 8 is the biggest size in the wide fit. And the last two items that I have to talk about are movies. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a big horror movie fan, and that these two are films that I am pretty much obsessed with. They are The Conjuring 1 and The Conjuring 2. Now, the Conjuring franchise is my favourite horror movie franchise of all time. I'm fascinated by the stories of Ed and Lorraine Warren. I've read their books, and The Conjuring is just one of my favourite films, full stop. I am obsessed with this film. I have it on in my DVD player constantly. It's on every time I'm getting ready to go out. If I'm bored and don't know what to watch, I put this film on. I try and switch the two around because I do know the script to this one. I try and mix it up a little bit, but I always come back to the original Conjuring because I just love the story. I love the actress who plays Carolyn Perron, Lily, but she has been Lily Taylor. She's such a phenomenal actress, and the way she depicts Carolyn Perron is absolutely brilliant. I also, as I say, I'm fascinated by Ed and Lorraine Warren anyway, and I love the way Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson depict them in the films. The characters in the films, I think, are quite different to how they were in real life, but I just love these movies. I have the whole Conjuring franchise, but these are my absolute two top choices. The new one comes out next year and I cannot wait to watch them. So favourites of probably the last 12 months for me film wise, and I don't think I'll ever get bored of them. I've probably watched the original Conjuring more than 100 times and I'm still not bored of it. So those are my current favourites. It's not a monthly favourite because it takes me a while to use products, get used to them and fit them into my routine. And this is sort of like an accumulated favourites. I hope it wasn't too long. Obviously my batteries died a couple of times, so it wasn't as seamless as I had hoped, but we did it, we got through. I finally filmed another video. Now to edit it and upload it, which is my least favourite part. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like me and this video. I'm definitely going to be filming some more in the next few days after I fully charge my battery. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day, night, weekend, week. Love you.